Man, oh man, it's been too long since we've gotten to sit down.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Something like that.
Something.
This stuff is a lot harder than this. It's a lot harder to do it when you don't want to spend money.
Oh, dude. So did you hear about that dude from Google?
The dude from Google?
Yeah.
No.
He got fired for telling the government that Google has sentient AI.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did they fire him because that's just an outrageous statement?
Apparently, it was a breach of contract.
Huh.
So,
Interesting.
I haven't read too much into it. I just skimmed over it, but I don't know much about it. But that's crazy. Freaking sentient AI.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's quite. Did they do it because he
was telling the
like,
truth?
Yeah, they're like, oh boy, he knows too much.
Or was it like he's just crazy now? I mean, but there's freaking websites out there where you can make like computer generated images of a person.
I've seen that. I've seen the AI, and it was like a combined it was showing a flash of like a bunch of different people. And they're like, you see these people right here, right? These aren't actually real people. It's just AI generated, but they look so real. It was crazy,
dude. That's creepy.
Yeah. Speaking of workplaces firing, there's this guy that I read about who he makes his living off of suing companies that he works for.
Oh, what?
Yes. So he says he's been doing it for like years, like 10 plus years. He'll start at a workplace, like usually like a construction or a warehouse or something like that, where a whole lot of shenanigans are going on, He'll see a something unsafe happen. He calls OSHA. And these workplaces hate OSHA, don't ever mention OSHA, anything like that. Calls OSHA, reports it. All right? His employers come back, they start treating him bad. Or they fire him or anything like that. So he sues them for retaliation. And the cycle just keeps going on and on. And then he finds another job and does it all over again. He's been doing it for like 10 plus years, I read.
I'm surprised he's still getting hired.
Yeah, right? But like he just looks like, your average Joe. I was actually just talking to my partner at work about that the other day. When you have a bad shift on the ambulance and everything, you just sit there and think about all the shitty jobs that you worked before, and you're like, yeah, bad days here is not even close to bad days at the other places. Mm-hmm. Like the chemical plant, they can suck my dick.
That shit sounded like it sucked though, for real, dude.
And you're lucky because you were gonna go with me, and then Steve's dad convinced you not to, and everything. And what's funny about that was he worked in the it's called outer packaging is where he worked. The easiest, most gravy job you can have at that place that wasn't on the side of where you were getting paid good, and even he thought it was horrible.
What are the chemicals for? Well,
I worked at a polycrystalline plant.
Yeah, what?
It's used in everything, anything electronic, computer chips, the A1 chip, like anything. I think
A1 sauce.
Yeah, yeah. It's just basically they would grow or form these polycrystalline rods, gigantic rods. Like they were, about the size of the bottom of a Christmas tree. Like that
the
thickness
base
of that log right there. And the girth.
Not enough girth.
But then so every day I'd wake up at 4 a.m. You'd go in. You had to put on this prison jumpsuit looking thing, protect, because cross contamination was like one of the biggest no-nos in that place. Like, and I'll get to that in a second. So you had to put on this this hot ass jumpsuit. The AC already sucks in there, all right? Then you put on the first layer glove, like a latex glove, and then they had what would look like biker gloves on top of that, where like the knuckles were padded and the hands were actually goalie gloves.
Oh, damn.
There's what that would be. Like, it was padded, ridged and padded, and then on top of that would go another protective latex glove, and then on top of that was a a long rubber glove that went like halfway up your forearm, so that you didn't contaminate the product. And so by the time you had all of those gloves on, you didn't have any range of movement with your fingers. You can't even close your hand and make a fist, right? And that was the hand that you had to hold the chunks of polycrystalline in, and you use your right hand to hold the hammer and break it up into pieces and everything. And so anyway, you put the suit on, you put the however many layers of gloves on, and then you put a mask on, like a surgical mask.
Rona mask?
Yeah, before COVID. So I'm guessing when COVID hit, they were like,
we're good.
Okay, you had to put a surgical mask on, you had to put goggles on, and then you had to put a welder face shield over it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because you're banging these rocks, dude. There's shrapnel flying everywhere. Yeah, and we had to get the plastic part of our face shields replaced at least once a week, because they were just so chipped up and scratched up by the end of the week that you couldn't see what you were doing anymore. Like, there was shrapnel flying everywhere. So you'd get the rod. The rod was about 2.5 to 3 feet long, and you'd place it down into your booth. And these boots were set up like the oyster shop, except taller, waist height.
Oh shit.
And they were plastic though.
Plastic.
So you'd put it down, and you'd grab your big hammer. These hammers are like ballpoint hammers. Like, there's no, two different ends. They're ballpoint. You have one that's like a giant heavy one, and then you have one that's like a smaller one for you to chisel down and stuff. So you break the rod up, and so like 4 pieces, right? And then you look at your chart and you see what kind of size nugget they want for that day. Like, they want, a nugget the size of like an actual chicken nugget and everything like that. Yeah.
Nugget
and so you'd
good.
have to break it up, and then you grab the big pieces with your left hand that you don't have any grip strength with and everything. It's basically just sitting in your flat hand, and you're taking a hammer to it, and the hammer goes through it and just hits you, and it just jars your entire hand, like your bone all the way up to your elbow. It hurts. And my classmates would always ask why my hand was swollen. Spam risk.
Pick it up.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, but dude, that sounds like it sucked.
Yeah, 12 hours a day. I'll tell you what probably was a violation was when I started school and everything, and my supervisor found out that I was in school, and I was literally only leaving like 10 minutes early. I just wanted to beat the traffic out of the chemical plant.
Yeah.
And my shift leader, she was like, okay, that's cool. It's only 10 minutes. My supervisor was like, oh, you're actually leaving early. So what I suggest is you only take half a lunch break to make up for the time that you're losing for us. Suck my dick. I told him, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I never did it. And he never caught on. That was probably the worst place ever. And the pay was shit. Okay. Oh, and also the cross-contamination thing, you had to have 2 sets of boots. One for walking around the chemical plant, and then you had to change boots to get into the crushing room.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Dude.
Whole lot of weird shit going on there.
I'm so happy you're out of there.
Yeah, dude. It was just horrible. And the thing is, they wanted me to get like 50 baskets a day.
50?
Yeah, fill up 50 baskets of nuggets a day, right? Dude, I was barely hitting freaking 15. All right, and they stuck me in this room with a bunch of Asian people that didn't speak English and everything. He's like, oh hey, you speak great English, you write good, everybody has to start in the crushing room. You'll be out of there in no time. Everybody has to start there though. Dude, I never left that room. And anyway, they wanted you to get 50 baskets a day per person. They sold these baskets for like 17 grand each. So there was like 30 people in that room at any given time. 50 baskets per 30 people, selling it for 17 grand or whatever. That's a lot.
That's a lot for real.
Yeah. And the thing is, I wasn't even working for that company. I was working for the contractor company. You're gonna have to bleep out when I first said it about 5 minutes ago.
And 5 seconds ago. And 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. Dude, we're on the road, and I see these cars. I'm like, panic attack. But like, then I found another job while I was there. I was about to graduate EMT school anyway, and so I was like, let me go ahead and get the hell out of here before I freaking cuss somebody out on the way out. And I found a plant nursery job.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me
That
about
ranks
this.
up there with the worst job ever. It was so weird, so awkward. There were times at that plant nursery where I was like, man, fuck this. I want to go back to the chemical plant. And then working at the plant nursery and everything. So it's a plant nursery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do we do at plant nurseries? There's a bunch of plants involved, right?
Yeah.
I get there, supervisor's like, hey, you'll be in shoe room. I said, shoe room?
I was like, what the fuck?
I said, shoe room? What? They have an entire freaking 100-yard warehouse full of baby shoes. I was just sitting there filling orders, boxes upon boxes upon boxes of baby shoes, just filling orders. And these shoes were expensive.
I don't think
Some of the rich people.
I don't think the plants were making enough money, so I was like,
So it all came together and made sense to me at the end, because it was so weird to me that there was, an entire shoe distribution thing in a plant nursery. And so about a weekend. I actually, it's hard to judge a job when you've only been there for a week.
Yeah.
I was only there for a week. And that ranks up there as number 2 on my worst jobs. And I've had some shitty jobs. And
okay,
but anyway, I was walking out and everything. And the guy who had got me the job, I guess you could bleep his name out. Fucking pothead. Yeah, because he was dating at the time. And anyway, but he neglected to tell me that it was a seasonal job.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and I did not know. I did not know that we were all gonna just be laid off when it was over. And I was clocking out one day, and I just happened to hear the managers talking about, when this is up in X amount of time. It was literally only like a month away. I was like, what the fuck? Did I just hear that right? Did I just hear that right? Dude, it was actually on break. It wasn't even when I was clocking out. It was on lunch break, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I left during lunch break without clocking out. Went straight back to the oyster shop and went into the office and
I remember.
Yeah,
You just
went straight back and
just came back out of nowhere one day. I was like, what the fuck?
And it was so amazing being back at the oyster shop. Like I tell you all the time, I miss the oyster shop.
That was peak time.
Yeah,
Everyone
simpler
was still
times.
there.
Simpler times. Came back to the oyster shop. Had to get back in the groove of shucking oysters and
Look,
everything.
man, if oysters were weren't seasonal,
Yeah, if it was a definite thing.
yeah, if it was a definite thing, I'd still be working
Me
oysters,
too.
dude.
Me too. And I have no problem with
Yeah.
doing it until I'm old either.
Yeah, freaking Archie still does it.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, like, dude, we'd get to work at like 5, 6 a.m. and be off at like 9, 10 a.m.
Well, now it's like 1 to 2, but that's still not bad.
But still, like, dude, you have the rest of the day.
And you make some good money.
Yeah, it's definitely a dog eat dog out there. Like, if you gotta make the money if you want it,
Oh, speaking of, so now during half shell days, everyone is in one side. It's not split up anymore.
Why?
Well, because 2 of them went back to Vietnam for vacation, and one of them went to California for vacation. And it was like, all right, we have enough room, so everyone just moved to one side. And now everyone's fast now. Even the slow people that were on our side, they go over there and now they're fast as hell.
My mom is about to be in California
Oh,
for
wait.
vacation.
Vacation?
Mm-hmm.
She going with family?
Huh?
She going with your sisters?
Yeah, she's gonna take Brittany and Danny.
That's it? No one else?
Yeah, nobody else lives with her.
Yeah, y'all. She going with family or by herself?
Yeah, we have family in California that she
yeah.
stays with. In the Chinatown of
Oh
California.
yeah. Apparently your aunt went to Vietnam too.
Which one?
You do?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When?
With so she went with Ichao and the I remember.
Oh man.
I'm about to bleep all that, but fuck it.
Oh my god.
Dude, but going back to the AI thing, if that's real, how far are we away from like Terminator?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure the movie stuff doesn't take into account the cybersecurity our country has and everything.
That's true, but how smart is the AI too?
Huh?
It depends on how smart that AI is too.
Just unplug that bitch.
Just unplug it. Just all evil robots. Just unplug it.
Yeah, just unplug it. Take the battery out.
Yeah, what the?
Yeah.
What if it's solar?
Shit. I saw someone who like he fed an AI like 1,000 hours of Batman content.
Oh god.
And made it write a Batman novel. I think it was crazy. But like AI is crazy.
Yeah, so guess what I've been watching?
What?
Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, no, I saw that on your YouTube or whatever on your tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought I was watching porn, huh?
Yeah. Went to the search tab and I see the search history for Naked and Afraid Uncensored.
On Pornhub. But I've been watching it because, I don't know, last week, the Dudes Behind the Food podcast, they were talking about it. I was like, I haven't watched that in a while. I want to watch it, right? I watched it. So I was watching this one episode. This dude was in the Louisiana swamps.
Oh.
Yeah. And he was, I don't know, climbing a, like, crooked tree over the water, right? And for some reason, he stuck his stick in the ground. And, like, right after he did that, the branch he was standing on broke. And he fell, like, straight on his stick. And it like, cut his balls.
Ow.
In 2 places.
Ow.
Yeah, and he needed stitches and stuff. He couldn't get in the water. I was like, bro I would have quit then and there.
Yeah. You know what I wonder every time I watch Naked and Afraid?
What?
You think they be smashing?
Same. Sometimes it'd be like, do they?
Some of them end up getting along a little too well, you know? Like,
there was this one episode where it was a husband and wife, and
yeah.
They say they be smashing, but you also have to think, if they do that, they don't have the food for the calories from all that action going on, man.
You know what's funny to me? Every time I watch shows like this, I'm just imagining they're talking in front of the camera like, oh my god, I found a berry. Look, I found a little berry. All the calories, all the nutrition. Yeah. And cameraman's like, damn, that's crazy. He's stuffing a quarter pounder down.
He just has camera in one hand and a quarter pounder in the other. It like falls out of his hands like, oh well.
Falls out of his hand. I found a natural quarter pounder. I didn't know these grew here.
Oh, it's raining nuggets.
Oh, that would make sense that they grow here. The sesame seeds come off the bun.
But would you be? How long do you think he would last?
I'd say 3 days max.
3 days? Yeah.
Yeah.
I go with like, I don't know. The food will F me up, and no internet will like F me up even more.
Just the shame and guilt of being naked. Like, okay, you see when they take off their clothes in front of each other and everything, they act like they're going to be judging each other.
Yeah.
But I know they're going to be judging me like, this fat motherfucker. What is that acorn in a bed of hair?
Why is it purple?
Oh yeah, there's a hair wrapped around it. It's constricting the blood flow.
Did he already get bit by a snake?
Especially in the nights when it gets cold and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be like, okay, film the girl. Oh wait, that's him. It's just so shrunk and retracted.
I don't know. I think it'll be kind of awkward just to cuddle with a random naked person.
Yeah, and they gotta cuddle to keep warm and everything.
Yeah. There's this one, it was like a fan episode, right? It was this girl, she was like, I'm cold. And then dude was like, do you want to cold? She's like, no. She's like, my boyfriend wouldn't like that.
Oh, okay.
I respect her for that, but like.
Yeah, we should start our own. It'll just be us walking around with our hands covering our junk the whole time, naked and shy. They ever have 2 dudes on it?
There was this one, where it was like 2 dudes and 2 girls, and they had to like find each other in like 11 days.
Oh.
And the one dude, he is like your all-American country truck driver, right? Mm-hmm. He was complaining the entire fucking time about like, why am I stuck with a dude? Where are all the girls at?
Oh, wow.
It'd be so much better with a girl. I'm like,
it'd be so much better when y'all are cuddling because we produce more body heat.
When they met up with the girls didn't like him either. No. And they kicked him out.
Bro got 0 game.
Yeah, they kicked him out the group.
Oh my god.
And then he was like, why does this always happen? I'm like, bro, you don't see any correlations,
bro.
I'm like, bro, you don't see it? You don't really see it.
That's hilarious.
I respect the people that do it.
What, naked and afraid?
Yeah, I respect them, but
yeah,
like,
I definitely wouldn't. I'd be like, well, since you blur it out anyway, can I just put a tan sock over it?
No, that's what I wonder sometimes. It's like, do they have like pasties and shit on?
Yeah.
And
you know what one of the worst aspects about Naked and Afraid is that you don't get on TV? Can you imagine the smell?
Oh my god.
Okay, swamp ass for days.
And then like sometimes they be throwing up.
Yeah, throwing up, but like they gotta piss and shit somewhere too.
There was this one where the lady was pissing in their little hut.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
She was like, oh, it's so hard to get out at night. You're in the way. And some bullshit, man. They also made a spin-off. They made a bunch of spin-offs.
Like the XL ones?
Yeah. I like the XL ones. But there was one called Naked and Afraid of Love.
What?
Where they go... I haven't watched that one. I've just seen previews, right? They go on an island or something, and everyone's naked and they're trying to find love and shit. And then in the preview, this one guy just pops a random boner. And the girl's just standing there like all awkward and shit.
Oh my god. Bro, that's embarrassing.
He's just standing there like, yep, that happened.
That's embarrassing.
Oh, it is. I don't see how people do it, man.
How do you spot a blind guy on a naked beach?
What?
How do you spot a blind guy on a nude beach?
Uh-oh.
It's not hard.
Fuck. That's true.
Man, I know some pretty dark jokes.
Okay, I gotta cut that. Cut that out so bad. Fuck, man. That's so terrible. Okay, so this is old as shit, right? But is there more doors or wheels
In the world?
Yeah. A lot of people say wheels, but I say doors.
Yeah, that's tough because you only have cars and just big car dependent type cities and everything, but you got buildings pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So I will go with doors.
Yeah.
But per car there's 4 wheels.
But per house there's like how many doors? How many? Look at this. You got one.
So there's 4, but listen to this. There's 4 doors in this house right now. Just me and your car parked out there. That's 8 wheels.
That's 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you
4.
mean all kinds
Yeah,
of
all
doors?
kind of doors.
Oh,
I'm not talking about just
shit.
like doorways, dog.
Shit, yeah, doors, definitely.
Doors, fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it doesn't specify types of doors or nothing.
Yeah, even car doors.
Yeah, see? So that cancels itself out.
Yeah.
We've solved it.
Penalties offset. These keto cookies are pretty damn good.
But they smell like dog food,
Yeah,
which is weird.
they smell like rat ass, but
Well, you know what rat
they smell
ass
like camel pussy, bro.
Smells like monkey penis.
Smells like gorilla crack.
Gorilla crack.
My last shift, my wife called me and said, "Hey, you gotta go. You know, I'm driving to Pensacola right now. I'll be back.
What?
I'll call you when I get back." We were just transporting someone to Pensacola, and she was like, "Ooh, the Pensacola beach. That sounds so fun." I said, "Huh? Okay, yeah, whatever. I'll call you back." Right?
Yeah.
I get home the next day, like 36 hours later. Get home, take off my clothes. I'm in my boxers. I sit down in my little gaming room right there. Put my headset in. She hears the beep of the Xbox. She goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What? I'm playing Call of Duty." Right? She goes, "We got plans today." I was like, "What do we got planned today?" I walk into the room and we are packed up to go to Pensacola Beach.
Fuck. Dude, I went last year. So many fucking people. It was so annoying.
Yeah. We set up right next to the lifeguard shack, so there weren't really too many people around, but we went out around like 9-10 a.m.
I went during the summer, that's why.
Yeah, we just went. It's summer right now.
Well, midsummer.
Oh yeah, we went 9-10 a.m. and even at 9-10 a.m. it was hard to find a spot.
Yeah, dude,
But
it was annoying.
we finally found our spot and nobody really ever came near it because it was such a long walk.
Because they saw the Asian.
Yeah, and I sat there and I hate the beach. And I sat there. I have a little pop-up tent that only your upper body goes in. So you lay your upper body in it. It's like a pop-up tent, shaded and everything. So you don't have the sun in your eye and all that. I was having a good time, right? My mother-in-law, she almost drowned. Anyway,
You're just gonna skim over that? It's like, yeah, she almost died, but whatever.
She was in 2 feet of water drowning. Anyway, my mother-in-law and my wife were in the water basically the entire time. I was starting to get hot, dude. I was starting to burn the fuck up. And I was thinking maybe she was gonna come back and lay with me and everything. It wasn't until like 2 hours later where I realized she's not coming out of the water. So I finally went and joined her. I was like, oh my God, this water feels amazing. It's beautiful. Why didn't I do this 2 hours earlier, right?
Yeah.
I get in the water and within minutes, the blackest sky storm comes rolling in.
No.
I said, what the fuck? It started raining. We had to evacuate in a hurry.
I feel like that was a you thing.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck your comfort.
Man, it was crazy. And on top of that, well, it got a little windy at first, right?
Yeah.
My wife's little sister, she's 4. She just came up, and then the 3 umbrellas we had set up, 2 of them started blowing with the wind and coming out of the ground and everything. So I get to fixing it and everything. My pop-up tent starts blowing away. I was like, damn, I got a lot of shit going on right now. I said, hey, Whitney, go get Courtney out the water. Tell her come help me. She said, okay. She goes running towards the water, right? 3 minutes later, I'm still struggling. I look out, and my entire in-law family is just having a blast in the water. She went out there and just forgot and just started having fun.
They make the Asian dude do all the
I
work.
said, what the hell?
Ain't that something?
Man.
This popped up in my head one day, but how much money do you think has been spent in the entire world ever?
It's got to be in the
It's past trillions.
north of trillions, yeah.
What's after trillions?
After trillions? I don't know.
Okay, let me look it up. You look
What
it up.
comes after trillion? Quadrillion. Yeah, it's got to be in the quadrillion.
Maybe even past that a bit.
Yes. My biggest dream it's actually me and my wife's biggest dream is to just become rich enough one day to where we can sail the seas looking for lost gold, because majority of the world's gold is under the sea.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine. I just want to National Treasure.
Yeah.
With Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
That's the life I want, man. They don't even got to be finding anything. I just want to do that kind of stuff. Cutting your grass, huh, Carl? How about you?
You cut your media com.
Cut your grass just like they cut your media come off, Carl.
It's funny how I named the episode I uploaded beef with the new neighbors.
Yeah. Well, we already talked about the grass
Yeah.
thing.
Fuck you, Carl.
Carl. I don't even know if that's his name. That's just what I call him.
Carl.
Carl.
Oh, so I've started Apple TV Plus because I get like 3 months for free.
Yeah, weren't you telling me about the show with
See?
With who?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Jason Momoa. Yeah,
See.
I saw the previews on it for on Hulu,
Yeah.
and it looked pretty good. But I don't have Apple TV.
Turn on TV. I want to show you a scene. I don't know. It's in the future, and apparently there's this virus that made people blind, and eventually everyone goes blind. So every character is freaking blind in the show. And Jason Momoa's character is like boss of a village. His village, right? And one day, one of his kids got kidnapped by slavers, and he goes after them. And then
He's got a movie already like that on Netflix. Something about his daughter.
this scene is super badass. Remember, they're all blind,
Okay.
but you're just like, how?
Everyone's blind.
Yes, everyone except for everyone but his son and his daughter, because their actual father could see. Yeah, and he's just raising them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Wait for it.
Damn.
He's freaking badass.
Oh my god. Ugh. Why the son just be like, he right in front of you?
Wait for it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Up until I saw that, I was still convinced that Jason Momoa's scene in Game of Thrones was the most badass. Have you seen that one?
No, I have not.
Where he gets challenged as the Dothraki boss in Game of Thrones?
No, I need to watch Game of Thrones. I have not watched it.
Okay.
Holy
Smack the
shit.
shit out of dude. Yeah,
Oh,
he's got some pretty good fight scenes. Oh, they here? Steven, when you gonna get married?
Never, motherfuckers. Oh yeah, welcome back to the stream of consciousness.
Yes.
We did not intro for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
But if you've been listening to us this whole time, then you know who we are. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Do they really even know our names?
No, I did just say your name, Steven.
And your name's Tonisha.
Tonisha.
Government name is Tonisha. Nickname is Tony.
Tonisha Zakiria Nene Alicia.
Okay, we was talking about movies, right?
Yes.
Yes, and how hot Jason Momoa is.
I mean, we weren't talking about it. I was thinking about it.
You were popping a boner.
Had my hand in my pants and all, but
You were pitching a tent, sir.
I was rubbing one out.
What?
What? I saw a meme. It was talking about Henry Cavill, Superman.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, he was like, it was a guy. He was like, dude, every time we watch The Witcher, for some reason, my wife decides to go into the bathroom after every episode. And she spends so long in there. I have no clue what she's doing. But that's good for me because it gives me time to rub one out to Henry Cavill.
Nice. I mean, who wouldn't rub one out to Henry Cavill?
There are two people in this world I'd go gay for, and that would be Jason Momoa and Henry Cavill. I think I'm actually go get me a computer from Best Buy. Literally this morning before I left work, my buddy Donald, who was relieving me from
Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave me a small loan. Anyway, yeah, my buddy Donald, he was teaching me how to use the Xbox controller on his laptop to play. And I was like, you're telling me I could have bought a laptop 3-4 years ago when I started this job and brought it to work and played?
Yep.
Because I always was like, damn, I wish I could just pack my little TV up and bring it to work every day.
You should hit up Alan, see if he wants to sell his.
Where are dogs? Oh shit, they're outside. Let me go let them in. It's scorching hot outside.
You left them outside for like... Bro, you are off today with your dogs. First, you left Ivy with the lights off. Now you left your dogs outside.
Hey, lights off does not mean she doesn't have food and water, okay?
Means that she can't see though.
There are real blind dogs out there. She should get a taste of the street life.
You leave her outside while these two just stay inside all day. Oh, they smell like dogs.
Well, she stays outside because when she's inside, if you stay for another few hours, she'll start to get really bored, clawing at the door, wanting to go outside. But like, even like, she doesn't even want to wander around the house. She's just, let me go outside, let me kill some snakes.
She just want to dig, huh?
Yeah.
Like how I will teach you how to meal prep, apparently.
I actually did that. I made some rice and Spam and eggs.
That doesn't sound...
Huh? It's just rice and eggs and Spam.
For how long?
No, it was just for work yesterday.
That wasn't meal prepping. You just made yourself lunch.
I prepped my meals for yesterday.
That was just lunch, dude.
I prepped my. That's what meal prepping is.
For a week.
Shit, I could do it for a week. I ended up eating Chick-fil-A yesterday.
And McDonald's.
No, we were in Pensacola, and there was nowhere to heat up my food. I just went to Chick-fil-A.
Dude, what?
That's the problem you'd run into trying to eat healthy when you work on an ambulance. You do it in a hospital, it's easy. Got a break room and a microwave.
Why didn't you just put it in the engine?
Chick-fil-A was good though.
The Chick-fil-A was good.
Yeah, dude, I went to the Chick-fil-A. It was in Pensacola. I'm not gonna say which Chick-fil-A it was.
Okay, you
But
narrowed it down, though.
Yeah, but I was standing there, right? And there was this kid walking around. He was working in there. The most frowny face motherfucker. Like, he was intentionally making a frown.
Hissy fit?
Yeah, like he just looked like he was miserable with his life and everything. But like, you could tell he was trying hard to
Be upset?
do it. Like, everyone's all happy and bubbly at Chick-fil-A, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna stand out. I'm gonna not have a smile on my face. And like, you could tell, 'cause he looked like 17, like he was one of those freaking weirdo kids. He was blonde, the blonde-headed kid, about 5'9", trying to grow chin hair, not working.
Just call him out already, God. Why don't you?
I wanted to punch him in the face. I'm not even playing. Like he was not doing anything. He was walking around trying to look busy, but he actually just wasn't doing anything. He had a broom in his hand, and he was, I tracked him with my eyes for the 5 minutes I was standing there. He was just walking around with the broom. The broom didn't even touch the ground. Just walking around with it with a moping face. I wanted to punch him square in the freaking jaw.
I don't understand it, man.
Censor the freaking.
What? Why? I want to punch him in his sexy jaw.
Have you ever watched The Boys?
The Boys? No.
Have you seen the previews for it?
Yes, I have. It looks crazy.
It's not cheesy, dude. It's actually really, really good.
I saw a new season's coming out.
Huh?
A new season's coming out, right?
It's out. Yeah, it's out right now. I'm just waiting for it to finish so I can binge it. The last season ended with Homelander jerking off onto the city.
What?
Yeah, it's a very rated R show. So it's basically a reality, like a grounded superheroes, like superheroes that are actually humans that aren't like, oh, I'm high and mighty, I must save the city. No, they're just regular people with powers.
That's weird.
They fuck up. The very first scene, it shows the main character. I forget what his name is. I always forget what his name is. Whatever. But he walks out. His girlfriend comes and visits him in the store that he works at, like an electronics store that he works at. They start talking. They're flirting and everything. And then he walks her out because she's leaving. She's standing on the curb, and he's holding her hand and going in for a kiss or whatever, and she just evaporates.
What?
And you see his face is covered in blood and everything. And then you see whatever. I forget what his name is. I haven't watched it in a second. But you see Averb, he's the speedster. He looks back and he's covered in blood. He goes, oh shit. He just ran right through her because she was
No.
standing in the street and everything. Yeah, it's not for kids, but that's what would happen in real life, you know.
That's true. Not like
Yeah.
the Flash where you could save
Yeah,
everything
he
with
takes his.
love.
And he wears goggles because bugs and shit. But in this case, people.
People.
And yeah, then like something with Homelander where he wasn't able to save a plane that was crashing and everything, and he ended up killing everybody on the plane on purpose so that there were no survivors to say that he wasn't able to save it.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I might watch that now.
you have to.
Okay, so one superpower. What would you get?
I'd say that's a hard one. I'd say teleportation.
Teleport? Why?
I'm lazy.
You gonna teleport the remote to your hand and stuff?
That's telekinesis. I mean, just me being able to teleport to any place within my eye shot.
Oh, so you're limiting yourself.
Yeah, I think it's a little outlandish for teleporting people in the movies and everything to be just like, I want to go to Italy, and then they teleport to Italy. What's the fun in that?
So, what if you like want to go to? Let's go back to Pensacola. You want to go back to that Chick-fil-A? Do you teleport from like here to the end of the road to the
Yep. What would yours be?
freeze time?
Freeze time?
Yeah, I would go rob a bank. I walk up to a bank, freeze time, go in there, take all the money, and walk away, and then unfreeze time, walk back in there and deposit it all.
If I freeze time, I would like stop Elon Musk, and then as he's going to sign some important document, I'm placing my document in front of it that he just bought me a house. He's gonna sign it.
You put yourself on his will.
Oh yeah.
You and his child with the X3. Yeah. Okay, let's see. You get the power of X-ray vision, but you cannot turn it off. Would you take it?
No. You have the power mind reading, but it's everyone and it's involuntary. You read everybody's mind around you.
Okay.
So even if you're about to, text this girl or you're about to make a move on this girl, you know ahead of time that she doesn't want you.
I'm gonna go with no. Because
Yeah.
I already deal with anxiety. I can't be doing that shit, man. Be like, I already feel like people are judging me, so I don't need that actually happening.
Okay. How about you can fly, but for every hour you spend in the sky, that's 5 minutes you have to take to learn how to rewalk once you set your foot on the ground.
No, okay. For every hour, it's 5 minutes that you have to shit yourself when you get to the ground.
I guess I'd have to lay at the nearest porta potty.
It's like, no, right when you get to the ground, it all comes out.
Oh, look, it's Superman.
No, they all know you. Everyone knows you because you can fly. Oh, it's Tony. He's coming.
Why do you shit yourself
No.
every time? It's scary up there, bro.
You're like floating up there, and then you're floating up there, and then they're like, "Come on down, come on, we want a picture." It's like, no, please.
I just be like this while I'm in the air. Tony, and the turd drops on your face.
What's that? Captain Shit Pants.
Super speed, but when you enter the Speed Force,
Okay. I don't like this.
if you enter the Speed Force, for the next 10 minutes after you exit the Speed Force and slow down, it's super slow motion. Only you.
I'll do that.
So you get to, you run to New York fast as you can, but once you get out 5 minutes, you're slow motion. You're going through TSA and they're like, put your hands up, and you're like, ooh. They're like, hey, motherfucker.
I do that. I feel like that makes up for the speed. I was thinking Speed Force, but every time you exit it, everything just comes out of you. You piss, you shit, you throw up. Your earwax comes out.
That would be pretty accurate,
Yeah,
though.
too much.
You'd probably have some internal damage too.
Okay, you become bulletproof, but only in the shower.
What the fuck is that? hey, you trying to rob me? Not in here. Come in here, bitch. I slap him and run to the shower.
No, you have a backpack of
water.
Yeah.
A pop-up shower.
A pop-up shower. You just go to like a
shower compartment.
You just go to an alleyway and someone tries to rob you. Be like, hey, 1 minute. Give me 1 minute to set this shit up. You can control lightning, but you have to be buried underground. Only your head is above ground.
Why?
Don't go to Bishop.
Oh, dude, don't even dredge up those memories. God.
I actually be like, don't go to Bishop. Don't go to University of Phoenix because you're not using the damn degree anyways.
I'm not. And I gotta contact Bishop soon for a transcript.
For what? Oh, your other
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. Oh, but I saw on Indeed, Bishop is hiring like every position. I was like, what the heck happened?
You know, their little FAFSA department or whatever, their financial aid department, they were embezzling.
Them too? What the heck,
Yeah.
man? Oh, you know what's funny? You remember what was it? Our computer science teacher or something at Bishop? That old dude?
Rail.
Real, yeah.
Mr. Rail.
The rail.
Mr. Rail.
Yeah. When we said we was doing business, he was like, "Oh, you guys are going to embezzle, huh?" What?
Yeah, that was probably the worst class of all time.
I mean, what? It started off with like 20-something kids, and it was like 5 at the end.
Wasn't Jamie Lee in it for
Yeah.
like a week?
Everyone just left for some reason. Who was our biology teacher?
The one who couldn't spell that you were so convinced that she was being sexual with me, remember? I forget her name.
And then our art teacher.
Oh my god. It was worse for you because you were sitting.
No, it was better for me.
Oh yeah, it was better for you because you would nap without her knowing.
Yeah, I was behind the computer.
Oh my god.
I was right behind it.
Oh my god. Listen, she was 50, 55. And not in the greatest shape. I'm talking about she looked like Mike Wazowski, the lady who says that in the Monsters Inc.
Slug.
And she always wore a dress that was above her knees, right? And if that wasn't enough, she sat on a stool that was waist height. You were just staring in between her legs.
We sat right in front of her.
And yeah, I said I'm deaf. She was like, "I'll sit you right in front of me." I was
Yeah.
like, "Damn it!"
And Tony sat on the outside. I sat next to the window. And the computer was right in front of my face. And I just knocked out every time because she's just so boring.
The most boring teacher ever.
I just knock out. And then I wake up and Tony's like, "You motherfucker."
Oh my god. We had to do some stupid shit for that class. Did we learn anything art in that class?
Only art thing I remembered was we had to draw without looking or some shit.
That and we had to go to the piece of shit art museum we got here and take a picture, take a selfie, remember?
Oh yeah, what the we had a pretty okay history teacher.
She was pretty cool.
Yeah.
She was pretty cool.
Yeah, she was.
We only had like 3 people in that class.
She was making fat jokes at me. I didn't like it. I was like, fuck, man.
She was fat too.
I know. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I was pretty extra chonky then.
If
Because
that wasn't-
the food was good.
Oh my god.
food
If
was
there was
freaking good.
anything about that school, that vendor, whoever she was, they were just aunties
They were
cooking
like
back there.
black aunties. They were so nice, so
Oh
funny.
my god,
dude.
that food was so good.
I remember they called us high and low one day.
High and low, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? But oh man, I hated it. Like
Yeah.
I remember us just sitting upstairs waiting for
Just sitting on the
classes and
balcony,
shit.
yeah, and on the balcony, just
Yeah.
like waiting, playing cards or something. Then it got to where we were both just like so sick of it. We just sit there in silence watching Netflix on our own laptops and everything.
I remember just sitting there.
Speech class.
Oh, bro, no, but I remember just sitting there at the table. It was you, me, and your wife. We was just watching our own shit, and I fell asleep just sitting straight up. Y'all were like, is he asleep?
It's not exactly the college experience I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I was hoping to at least meet 2 people.
It's because the timing we went to.
The timing was horrible. No, I remember the first time we tried to park in that parking lot we ended up using for the entire time, where we just saw the car back into the other car and just drive off.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn, bro. So we started parking on the very edge. Made it a mile walk to the campus.
To be fair, the school wasn't too bad. It was just empty when we were there.
Yeah, it was empty, but it was an empty experience too.
Yeah.
Each building only had like one teacher in it.
One teacher, and there was like nothing.
That was
like for real. Our only highlight was that cafeteria.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then when you dropped out and you went to Phoenix,
Yeah.
University of Phoenix.
Yep.
It was just me and Courtney, and that was bad.
Really?
That was bad. I was done basically with everything, and I was done with all my basics, and I had a whole semester to do nothing until the next semester when I got into accounting. Like, that's what I was going for, was accounting. I had nothing else to do, and the counselor was like, man, you could pick some fun elective type classes like art. I said, say what, bitch?
Again. It's like a flashback.
Yeah. And so I had one class. I had mythology. It was fun. We just sat there and watched movies. But
why is all mythology classes like that, man?
Yeah, it's every mythology teacher. They just find a way to connect at least one mythology name to a movie they like, and they just sit there and let you watch it. But anyway, it was just mythology at 9:00 in the morning. Now Coco still had all her core classes to go through. You know, she still had like English, psychology, all that. And but she would get done with her class at she joined the class with me. I did actually have 2 classes. I had the mythology in the morning, and then at night I had the intro to business class that you had to take to get into accounting and everything. Shit. And she took it with me.
Really?
Yeah, because for some reason it had a credit that lined up with her layout that her counselor had for her.
What did she go for? I don't remember.
Absolutely nothing.
Just basics?
Yeah. And general education is what she went for. But so I'd get done with that class. That class was at 9 in the morning. I'd get done with that class at 10:30 or whatever. It was an hour and a half. Courtney would get done with her classes at around 12. Guess what time our intro to business class started?
Like 6?
7 p.m.
Yeah, I remember that stuff, man.
12 p.m., 7 p.m. That was the gap between our classes, okay? And that is what led to our downfall.
Yeah.
Because we started going to the park, feeding the squirrels, then we went to Bass Pro Shop across the bay. We were doing it every day. Then eventually, it was slipped into my mind that fuck this, I don't want to do it. But I didn't want to tell her that I wanted to quit. So I just started slowly slipping it into her mind. I was like, you ain't gotta go to class.
He did that a lot.
You ain't gotta go. Ooh, we can just go home right now.
We did that for our computer science class.
Yes, dude. We're like, hey, babe, we should go home and cuddle.
Here's the thing. I don't remember anything from that class.
I remember the beautiful Seth Rollins and Batman drawings that I did on the paint. Remember that? You remember?
For real, I don't remember what we learned. What did we learn there?
Nothing. I'll tell you why. Because we dropped out.
Oh yeah, we dropped out
too. Yeah. Because we would come home at night. There would be nothing open except for the Chinese buffet that was now where Cane's Mexican restaurant. Remember when it was a Chinese buffet? That was shitty. We'd get home. We'd get there. We'd already be frustrated because we got to be at school till fucking 9 p.m. Right? Mm-hmm. And then and your OCDness and just your irritability at night and everything. Every time we'd go up to get food, the lady would wait for you. Remember that? And then she'd mix the shit up with the big spoon after that. Be like, fuck her, man. Fuck you, bitch. What the fuck did I do?
Dude, we didn't learn anything, actually.
No. Did we learn anything in college? Period?
No, we didn't.
I learned how to do credits and debits and stuff in accounting and all that.
Well,
Then I took calculus 1 and 2.
The only class where we actually learned something was a biology.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a grueling class. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yes, it was.
Bro, it was hard to stay awake. And
I
then
had
that one girl, that one guy that always came in smelling like weed.
we sat at tables. Do you remember who we
sat at
sat
table.
with?
We sat next to these two girls. You know, she was a...
Dude, I remember I had this English class. I did not show up to that class. You want to know why? There was supposed to be a group project and then a speech, and I did not show up to those classes. I was like, fuck this, man. I don't want to do this. And then we also had speech class where we only showed up like twice because everything was online pretty much.
Yeah.
I remember doing the speech, and then I got my grade back, and she's like, did not make eye contact. But I was like, every time I looked up, she looked down. I was like, that's some bullshit, bro.
Come to think of it, I had a class that I was supposed to be going to that I just never showed up for, but on my transcript, I have the credits for it. That's how bad that place was.
Bro, I told you they called me one day.
Why?
I thought I owed them money or some shit, right? So my anxiety was like killing me. I was like, so what's this about? Do I owe you guys money or something? The dude was like, no, we was just calling to see if you wanted to come back to Bishop. I was like, no.
Yeah, no. And you know, we talked shit about it and everything, and my wife's little sister is about to start there.
Really? She's going there?
For softball. She on the white people campus. Softball and nursing.
Okay, I know it was pretty bad for us, but it must have been bad for your wife.
Yeah, I was literally walking up to her one day, and some dude was like, "Hey, girl, hey." She's trying to ignore him. Hey, what's your number? She turned around. She was like, "That's my fiance right there." He's like, "I was gonna get your number anyway." Like, I looked at him. I was like, "Bro," he was like 110 pounds soaking wet.
I don't see why you went to Bishop.
Huh?
I don't see how you went to Bishop. You're pretty damn smart.
Because I didn't want to go to college in the first place.
That's true.
I was just looking for the cheapest one to go to, so that my mom wouldn't just shut the hell up about it.
I'm just happy that we at least went that 1 year together.
Yeah, it's weird. All the stuff we've been through, and neither of us are doing anything close to what we went for.
I have a associates in business, but I don't use it because I don't like it.
It's weird, the stuff we went through, neither of us doing anything. I don't even remember making the decision to become an EMT.
Really?
It was kind of an impulsive thing. I was like, that sounds cool as shit.
Yeah. And you always like Grey's Anatomy and stuff like that. Yeah. I hate you.
Why?
You got me into Grey's, and then now I'm watching all sorts of doctors drama shows, bro. I'm watching The Good
Doctor.
The Good Doctor. What's it called? New Amsterdam. That's a good one. Transplant.
Damn, Steven. I saw a meme of this white nurse or whatever. She's doing a Dougie in the middle of a crowd, you know, like a dance circle and everything. And the caption said Meredith Grey after barely saving one patient.
Bro, I don't know how that show's still going on.
I haven't caught up with it. I've been behind for about 2-3 seasons now, but I heard some pretty atrocious shit.
I haven't watched in a while.
Yeah, you want to know what happened? So, did you ever get to the point of Karev and Joe?
They got together and stuff like that?
Yeah, they've been married and all that.
Yeah. And then he left her for Izzy?
Yes.
I saw that clip.
I didn't see the clip. I just read about it. He wanted out of the show, so they made him a bad guy on the way out.
That is stupid.
In a note. They didn't even film it. In a note.
So it's only Meredith left from the OGs. Meredith, Bailey, and Weber, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks, man, because that show honestly should have ended like 10 seasons ago.
I remember you telling me that they killed off McDreamy.
Yeah, once they killed off
Derek?
No, Mark Sloan. Once they killed off Mark Sloan.
Oh, yeah.
It was Sloan and Lexi, right? They both died.
Yeah.
Once they killed off Sloan and Lexi, I began to lose interest because that was a big shock. But then after Derek, it was completely downhill. It was like when what's his fucking face? Glenn and Abraham died on The Walking Dead. I was like, damn, that fucking sucks. But then Carl and then Rick, dude, come on. And my partner at work keeps telling me I need to get back into watching The Walking Dead. They got like 2 shows branching off.
It's over.
It's too much. Huh?
It's almost over, isn't it?
No, they got another. Well, the main one is almost over.
Yeah,
they got
the main
one coming out
one's
called
over.
Beyond The Walking Dead. And it's going to have basically some of the same characters and everything. Daryl and Carol, it was going to be a show until like 2 weeks ago. They were going to find themselves somehow end up in London.
What?
But Carol, the actor Carol, she couldn't make that work, so they canceled the show. She's like, I'm not moving to London.
I get it, because they're trying to just milk all the money they can.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And I can't get jiggy with that show no more.
This man called and texted me. He's like, hey, I got to return this drill. There's nothing to hold the drill bit. There's not the thing to hold the drill bit. I was like, did you spin it yet? He was like, what? He freaking FaceTimes me. It's like,
said it's not there. It's not there. Look, I'm looking at the picture and I'm looking at the drill. It's completely different. Someone stole the piece off the end of it.
I was like, did you spin it? He was like, what?
Yeah, that was a good moment.
That was a fun moment.
Can't believe that shit.
What did you guys use it on? The cabinets?
Yes. You ready to cut this one?
Oh shit, we've been going on for an hour.
Oh my god, what?
Alright, well, that was that episode. Whatever
Please
happened.
don't take your view away.
Yes, please. We need them. Please help us out. And thank you for watching, and catch you on the
flippity flip.